Live, host Mark Consuelos had to check in on the crew's safety after a crash off screen on Monday left everyone concerned and confused. The chaotic on air moment occurred during the opening segment of Monday's episode of Live with Kelly and Mark. The startling incident occurred as Mark, 52, updated the audience and viewers at home on weekend sports news. After briefly discussing the wild ending to the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Buffalo Bills game, the TV personality moved on to soccer, or as he called it, the real football. Mark began, in other sporting news, our football team, the real football, our soccer team in Italy. But before he could finish, the news update was interrupted by a loud crash off stage. His co-host and wife Kelly Ripa, 53, immediately turned her attention to whatever caused the noise off camera as Mark attempted to continue. He distractedly stated before asking someone out of view of the cameras, "Is everybody okay over there?" Kelly immediately butt in, "No. This show, we should just start over again. Everybody let's start over and pretend we're live." Mark pretended to begin the show again as he cheerfully announced, "Hey, we're live." He then continued, "Anyway, they won and we are now in," but paused and turned to his wife before concluding, "You're in first place." That noisy interruption wasn't the only incident to occur during Monday's episode of Live. Help needed. Mark was also seen begging for help from a live crew member after Kelly had issues with her mic. During the episode, Kelly was relating a story about working out before a wedding, but her sound seemed a bit off. Mark was even looking around, seemingly concerned, as she told her tale. In the middle of her sentence, Kelly paused to read an instruction for her on screen, likely via teleprompter. "Turn on Kelly's mic," she read as she reached for the mic clipped to her dress. "Mark, turn on Kelly's mic," she repeated, as it seemed Mark was the one who was supposed to turn it on for her. Mark leaned over to try to help her. "How do you turn it on?" he asked, fiddling with the wiring on Kelly's back. "Do you want to try, Scott?" "You're the guy," he asked a member of the live crew off camera. An incredulous Kelly realized that no one in the audience had heard the story she was telling at the time. The live crew member put a small attachable mic on Kelly's desk. "I'll just yell," the frustrated host proclaimed. Mark continued to work on fixing the mic behind Kelly. "Is it on now?" he asked. Kelly tested it by asking the audience if they could hear her, which they could not. "No, all right," Mark said as he gave up. "I'm just going to talk into this," Kelly said as she clipped the new mic that had been dropped off to her collar.